Right, we're on another video now. We're heading on down to Montenegro with Bob and his travels. So carry on watching these videos. If you like them, subscribe, press the like button, helps us out.
Right, well, having decided everything had gone right, we could now go a little bit more adventurous. And we discovered the Auckland Hypermarket. So it's through the Channel Tunnel, spend a night very near Calais,
Yeah.
and into Auckland, because we can fill up with that huge fridge
Yeah.
for a third of the price for some objects.
And this is a hypermarket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine your campsite here.
Yeah.
Multiply it by 3 or 4,
Yeah.
and that's the size of just the alcohol section alone is as long as your campsite, right?
And that would be a good tip for our viewers, to actually go light and then stock up in France.
We have to now because you can't take milk and cheese into France anymore,
Right,
because of
okay.
Brexit. So we stocked up, and I said the Channel Tunnel people worry about gas. There's no problem. You turn it off.
Yeah.
They check you've turned it off. You go through. You park the other side and open the taps. And
That's the
start the
LPG,
fridge. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
So from there, it's heading basically southeast through.
Yeah.
And so we then went into France, into Germany, and spent the night at Augsburg. Augsburg, it's a nice campsite right next to the motorway, about half a mile.
Yeah.
Again, dead easy to find. And that's the other thing, you don't want to...
A good overnighter.
Yeah, it's easy to get to.
Yeah.
And if you're tired, you don't want to go looking through back streets looking for a campsite.
Yeah.
So from Augsburg, we then carried on through Austria, having removed the dash camera.
Ah.
€10,000 fine for using a dash camera.
Really?
Yeah, that's what the Caravan and Camping Club told me. €10,000 fine. I'd already known there was a fine, but I didn't know it was that big. So we then stayed in through Austria and into Slovenia. Slovenia's part of the former Yugoslavia, like all the other countries around there. And it's a lovely country, very beautiful, and we stayed at Camp Bled.
Yeah.
Right beside the famous lake with the church on the island.
Nice campsite.
Not as best I've been, but
best.
not the worst. Not the worst.
What sort of price was it?
Normal prices. If you go in tourist times, I'm afraid they all have tourist rates.
Roughly, what was it?
Well, I would think probably about £25 a night, something like that. We use the AXI book, ACSI, All Camping Systems International. And the great advantage of this book is it tells you what sites are open at what periods of time, and a lot of sites ban twin axle caravans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
So you don't want to waste your time going to a site that won't let you in.
So what was the name of that club?
ACSI, and you get it through the Caravan and Camping and Caravan Club.
Okay, so that's a good tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's 2 books for Europe
Yeah.
with maps.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
And GPS figures. So you put a dial in the GPS, and if you've got a proper GPS for a motorhome type thing, it will avoid the low bridges, etc., which I've got.
Yeah.
From there into Slovenia. From Slovenia, we stayed there and explored around for a couple of nights, 3 nights, and then it was into Croatia.
Did you find it a friendly country?
Oh,
or?
yes. Slovenians, the whole of the former Yugoslavia, because they've had such a terrible war in living memory, they don't want to know about aggro.
How about restaurants, sightseeing? Is that all
there?
okay?
I mean, everything you want's there.
Yeah.
If you go in high season, it's more expensive than shoulder season.
But you would say it's safe and good for patrons
unless you're
to
stupid.
adventure. Yeah.
So, Croatia's divided into 2 by Bosnia and Herzegovina, only 8 miles.
Yeah.
So we stayed in the northern half, which is the island of Kirk, KRK, Camp Bor. This is a large campsite. The road gets a little narrow, but everybody knows about it, so the cars just back off out the way because they can see you coming. And it's a lovely campsite with lovely people. You couldn't wish for better people.
Nice.
It's a family-run site.
Can you remember the name of that?
Camp Bor.
Camp Bor.
B-O-R.
No.
And we stayed there several times.
Yeah.
Even in the tent I'd stayed there previously. And we stayed there. On the way there is a roundabout with a small site where the bloke's been there for 30 years selling vegetables.
Oh my God.
And they're the best vegetables you can buy, and fruit, right?
Yeah.
Fresh as you could imagine.
All part of the adventure.
Yeah. We found that by accident.
Yeah. So then you moved on
further south into Bosnia,
Yeah.
staying at Marley Wimbledon campsite, which is about 6 miles outside of Mostar.
Yeah.
I've been to Mostar twice before. I love it.
Yeah.
Jacqueline fell in love with it,
Yeah.
and it's an easy place to park. All you do is you find the huge church, and round the back of the church is a car park. You park and then you pay on the way out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you walk into Mostar, because Mostar you can't drive itself.
Right.
The actual tourist bit with the
Yeah.
cobblestone
So then
streets.
you got on to...
We stayed there probably for 4 nights, and we moved south then into the second part of Croatia, which is Dubrovnik, and 25 miles down the road on the coast road, and you're into Montenegro. A problem there basically is you're out of the EU, so you must have your green card and all the insurance.
Yeah.
And that I had previously done this.
Is that pretty straightforward, going through borders and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, they always want to look inside.
Yeah, yeah.
They always want to look inside.
Yeah, you've got refugees in
I
there.
tell them, I tell them that I'm smuggling giraffes.
Oh, isn't there? Yeah.
It brings a smile and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we got round the corner, there was a place to stop, and we just park up the side of the road and do ourselves a cup of tea.
Yeah.
And of course, with the sides in, with this design, you can do that.
Yeah.
Because those chairs come up almost to this table.
Yeah.
So then it was down right through Montenegro. It takes quite a time. At Kotor, you take the ferry for about €10. It's only a 10-minute ride.
Yeah, what way is that with this, or just?
Oh,
just,
yeah.
Oh, so this whole lot goes on a little ferry.
Yeah, the ferry takes perhaps about 30 cars.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a long way round a very, very narrow road in places.
And what's the name of that place?
Kotor, Kotor.
Okay.
And then carry on further south, and right up against the border of Albania is Safari Beach camping.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
Safari Beach campsite, we stayed there for a week. Lovely beach, fantastic restaurant, built out over the beach. Very reasonable cost.
Prices, how did they compare with sort of
Montenegro is
France and
very
stuff?
cheap.
Very cheap. So, and you say it was a good destination for folks?
Yeah, well, if you're looking for a nightlife with
No, well, not at our age, Bob. We're looking for a bit of sun, a bit of sand.
Don't you believe it? Jack and I used to come up here and then on to Skegness for 3 nights in the debauchery. Oh, sorry, dancing.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it's a nice quiet campsite at night.
Yeah.
All right, and safe.
Yeah.
The town of Olsinja is a very nice town. I mean, it's not wealthy,
Yeah.
but it's everything's there you want.
Yeah.
If you want to go, and there's several other restaurants where we
Yeah.
were. Fuel is cheap, so make sure to fill up with fuel.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of the cheapest
Yeah.
places I've been.
But a good destination, you
Yeah,
say.
yeah. I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea.
And
but
that's in Montenegro.
Montenegro, yeah.
And then what did you do from there? Did you
We
head
came back much the same way. We
pretty
did
much the same way?
not all totally the same places to stop. I can't remember all of them.
And over what duration did you do
It
that?
would take about a week to come back.
Yeah, so the whole journey was about
a month again.
So that trip really worked out, no
Oh.
problems, the
No.
unit performed well.
I think I got one puncture.
Oh right, okay, yeah. Well, we've got twin wheels now, so we're okay with that one. Right, so to conclude, that was a lovely trip, Montenegro. Bob would recommend that. He has actually done that trip, and it's one that you don't hear a lot of. A lot of our customers are all France, Spain, Portugal, Italy. People don't tend to head that way, but a very good idea. If you're looking for somewhere different, Montenegro, a pretty good destination.